He never fucking had a match with Cuckoo Kakaka. You fucking idiot. He never fucking had a match with Cuckoo Kakaka. He never fucking had a match with Cuckoo Kakaka. You fucking idiot.
Luke.
I hate coming.
Give me one match that clickbait words basically so they can, you know, they can basically suck off AEW. They just want to seem different. They just want to seem like, well, my favorite match is definitely not Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. That would make me a stupid loser. My favorite match is Taitsu Nato and Ibushi. Like, nobody fucking cares. Oh, what? The 47 fucking German reverse counters that they do in every match, that for some reason all these matches that keep getting called greatest match, like fucking 6-star matches.
Oh, you didn't see the match between Isushi Abu last night and Tanaito Sakairis?
This guy really, can we really, Road Dogg really thinks he's better than Kataklo Kling Clay? Are you serious right now?
For every Japanese person that's listening to this right now, I apologize.
Tell me one match that Road Dogg's had that compares anything to what Ospreay and Nuzalo had. Because I don't think you can. And then you watch these matches and you're like, that was good. That's pretty good.
Dude, let me tell you something. When he Yatsuki Breaker, like, that was the best combination I've ever seen.
When he hit him with the Kakashi Death Point, and then the guy no-sold it in 2 seconds and got back up, and then hit him with 3 more, and then kicked out at 2, and then they had 15 to 20 more minutes of action in the match after what felt like 3 or 4 climaxes. Man, greatest match ever.
Yeah,
every match that these fucking smarks seem to suck off and jerk off because Meltzer tells them to, or because Meltzer rates them highly, and it's what these circle jerk fucking smark fans put at the top 10s of all their lists for the end of the year. What they all fucking do, they'll ignore Cody versus Roman, say that match sucked because of the ending, but then they'll fucking suck off these 15 fucking stinkers that nobody gives a shit about because they're all the same, they're all tired, nobody sells, and then we all have to pretend that they're fucking brilliant matches, and if you don't say that, then you look like an idiot. Oh, well, Road Dogg's a fucking piece of shit. What does Road Dogg ever know? He just books fucking wrestling and also was in DX, one of the greatest fucking factions ever, and used to fucking be on television in front of millions. What does Road Dogg know? He never fucking had a match with Cuckoo Kakaka. You fucking idiot.
Luke.
I hate coming.
Holy God, Luke. Give me a second.
Oh my God, man.
Yo, Luke, first of all, and again, I'm not disagreeing with
50 million views. You're listening to The Joe Cronin Show. The Joe Cronin Show.
The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks. This place sucks. CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I want to kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
It's it's a Wednesday. I keep forgetting it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I've noticed all the wrestling journalists, reporters, YouTubers, podcasters, and people are doing a big backtrack now. Have you noticed that? Hey, man, here's the bottom line. If you're not a reporter, if you're not somebody that's like a journalist or a reporter, then why are you afraid to give your opinion on what Sasha Banks is doing? Let me ask that question. I want to ask you that question, guys. And I'm going to set this thing up. These people are fucking liars. These people are fucking liars. They're making tens of thousands of dollars on Patreon, like Sean Ross, Fightful Fuck. They make like $50,000 on Patreon, sniffing people's assholes, and they're paying people out. It's crazy. I got CM Punk right just based on observing the pattern of the news. Like, I got it dead on from observing the pattern of the news. And I confidently told you guys this. I confidently said right to your faces, CM Punk is coming. Absolutely coming. They went to have a meeting. It's a fact. And I gave you the examples of how we figured out that Punk was coming 100%. Meanwhile, all the other outlets were still like wishy-washy or going with the narrative that WWE wasn't interested. So they're either paid off by WWE to lie and to sort of play it down, or they're like retarded on purpose. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. So the media people, the journalists, they're liars or idiots. We don't know which one. But Joe Cronin sitting here with nobody reaching out to me about anything, just simply observing the facts, and we're able to predict that CM Punk is coming. Now with Sasha Banks, from day one, I'm telling you from day one that I don't know where she's going, but like a weatherman, because that's what I'm like. I'm like a fucking weatherman, okay? But who's the best weatherman? That's what it comes down to. And now you got YouTubers and podcasters and wrestling people coming out and saying, oh, I don't know. They're being really ambiguous. Have you noticed that they don't know yet? I told you from the beginning that I believe Sasha Banks is coming back at the Royal Rumble. And the reason for that is because they had talks that fell apart. Same thing that happened with CM Punk. So I just don't believe it. I think she's coming. But she could show up tonight in AEW, and I'll be wrong. So I am choosing to die on a hill, as opposed to many of these other people. I am choosing to die on a hill that Sasha Banks is coming back at the Royal Rumble. Everybody else decided to die on the hill of she's coming to AEW a week ago just because the news came out that was that. So what, the news came out? Because the facts still matter that she had no contact with AEW and that she had a meeting with WWE. Right? So we're going off that. It's an educated guess. And guess what? If I'm wrong and Sasha Banks shows up tonight on AEW Dynamite, I'm not really worried. Because I'm like, all right, I was wrong. I gave you my hardcore best guess, best decisive weatherman prediction of Sasha Banks based on the fact that I got it right with CM Punk. And I think it was pretty obvious with CM Punk. I think the Sasha Banks situation is harder to figure out. But I still am going to make my prognostication. But you have all these other people that pretend to be in the know. And what they do is they pretend to be in the know, and then when it happens, they go, yep, my sources were right. What sources? And then if they're wrong, they say, well, it looks like what happened at the last minute, and they make up some weird situation. I'm just going off the news and guessing. I don't know if anybody else is going to say that. A lot of people will say, I don't know, though. I give credit to some people who say, I don't know. But what I don't like is when they say, I don't know, but a week before they said they knew. Oh, I know, I don't know, I know, I don't know, oh, I don't know. You know or you don't know. You know or you don't know, or you're guessing like everybody else, which is fine. Just say you're guessing. That's fine. Because then I can say, like, well, who's the best guesser that I come across usually? And I'm just going to lay it out really quickly. CM Punk had a meeting with WWE. Talks. They said that there was no interest. That is the biggest red flag in the world. That they had a meeting and there was no interest. Now, sometimes you can't confirm if the meeting happened or not. So you could say, well, that's all bullshit. But we knew the meeting happened. That was a fact, a 100% proven fact that a meeting happened with CM Punk. They had no interest. And then they said, but the door is maybe open or something like that. Well, we know what happened. And I said bullshit from the beginning. Nope, he's going to be in WWE. No way. They had no interest. They had a meeting. Well, Sasha Banks had a meeting with WWE. Well, this is a little bit more. It's like they learned a lesson. WWE must have learned a lesson because this time they said talks fell apart, which is way more plausible, right? There was no interest. That was never plausible. That made no sense. Why is there a meeting if there's no interest? So that makes no sense. They fucked up with that terminology. That terminology was a huge mistake and led to me being able to be like, yeah, Punk's coming back. So this time it's talks fell apart. So again, no deniability that talks happened. We know the talks happened. We know she met with WWE. Talks fell apart. That is more believable than they didn't. So Sasha Banks could have been Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Varnado, whatever. She could have been using the meeting with WWE to drive up the price from AEW. So you can really set the stage on Sasha Banks of where she could go based on logic. She met with WWE to drive up the AEW price tag. There's been a leak out there that she's making $25 million 5 years, AEW. We saw her at AEW before she got injured, or around the time she was injured in August. But she just had a meeting with WWE. Talks fell apart. Maybe she wanted more money than Charlotte and Becky, and they were like, well, we can't justify that, Sasha. It's not fair to them, and we don't really want to, we think it's worth this. Well, I'll go to AEW then, because they're throwing the kitchen sink at me, which I believe to be true, that AEW was probably throwing the kitchen sink, throwing the whole vault at Mercedes Moné. Probably. AEW is putting one of their best efforts together to acquire talent than maybe they ever have, or one of the closest ones. And certainly the biggest one for a female wrestler. Besides, I think probably Paige was the other one, but this is going to be, but Paige wasn't as active. I think Sasha's, I think a bigger name, more years wrestling, more stuff in the WWE as a wrestler. I don't know, it's hard to say, but I'm sure Sasha has a bigger cult following. So, it is entirely believable from both that she could be going to AEW. And it's entirely believable that she could be going to the WWE and the Royal Rumble. We know Naomi's coming back. I will tell you right now, Naomi is coming back. So I predict still that Sasha Banks will come back at the Royal Rumble. And last week I said the excuse for Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné not being there is real simple. They were in Deonna Purrazzo's hometown. They had that planned out before. So if the rumors were true that she was showing up in AEW, I could see why she didn't show up last week, because they had Purrazzo already scheduled to do this, and they didn't want to have 2 debuts, right? So I've heard other people say that there's still a couple weeks left to debut in AEW before, knowing she's in the Royal Rumble. Well, at that point, you really just never took a side. You sat on the fence and waited, okay? And I'm still picking. I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm still picking her to come out at the Royal Rumble. I got Sasha at the Royal Rumble, and I've had it for the whole month, and I'm going to keep spewing that out there. I had it in December. I'm not going to. I'm going to say I was wrong, and I'll tell you why I was wrong. What I'm saying right now is telling you how I could be wrong. But if I were AEW, I would be debuting Mercedes Moné tonight on Dynamite. Not last week, because Deonna Purrazzo debuted with her weird, shaky voice. Whatever. What a talent. But I would debut her the week after so she could have her own debut. And, of course, we're at Daly's Place, and it's right in Florida. Jaguars got eliminated, by the way. I'm sorry, Tony. So I would debut her tonight. This would be the number one time I would debut her. So, oh, shit. Oh, my God. Bimbo Baggins. I miss phone booths. I miss phoning you. I miss phoning you from a fucking phone
Sasha Banks will not save WWE. Just look at the pathetic viewership numbers from Raw. 1.4 Phil Brooks lol. I'm doubting or questioning the Raw and Amazon deal because Prime just fired people thanks to Lord of the Woke, Ring of ESG.
All right, I'm going to tell you something, Bimbo Baggins. I'm going to be on Bimbo Baggins, I'm going to be real with you. I love you, Bimbo Baggins. You have made some amazing donations, and you're the only one that's donated so far in this stream. So I this really hurts me badly. I don't have a lot of money, and I definitely need to make more money. So I don't want to piss you off because you're great, Bimbo Baggins. I love your donations. I'm going to hard disagree with you. I'm going to disagree with you. I love you. And granted, like I said, I got 3 kids to take care of. I don't get any ad revenue anymore. I got I've literally thousands of dollars in debt, and I need to make money. And you are a guy that donates weekly. But I got to keep this real. I got to disagree with you. I'm sorry. WWE, just look at the... Let me start with what you said. The Botch Banks thing, whatever. Can't save WWE. I don't understand that part. Sasha Banks doesn't... WWE doesn't need Sasha Banks right now. They don't need her. They're loaded. WWE is loaded. And they are destroying AEW. Okay? I'm an AEW guy. I love AEW. Or at least I did. Now it's kind of going to shit. But they are destroying AEW. So WWE does not need Sasha Banks. And Sasha Banks won't move the needle that much either. Yeah, I agree. But what you're missing is my rant from last night. And you should have been watching my show the other night. I don't think you saw it. Because here's the thing. WWE was losing ratings every year. Every year. You can go watch my channel from the last 10 years. And every single year, I was ranting about the ratings. They went down and down and down and down. And I came out like Nostradamus. And I said, hey, guess what? In 6 months, the rating's going to be 2.5 million. Hey, guess what? Next year, the ratings are going to be 2.2 million. Hey, they keep this up in 2021, the ratings are going to be 1.9 million. That's exactly what happened because it was so predictable. Because every single year, the WWE was losing about 350,000 viewers. Every year. So it was going down, 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 and it was going down. 2022, WWE viewership, all-time lows of 1.6 and 1.5 million. Then all of a sudden, it started around the time that Cody Rhodes showed up in the WWE. And then after that, it sort of fluttered up and down, and then it stayed. So at this point in time right now, the WWE rating, according to how it was dropping and according to my predictions, right now, the WWE Raw should be at 1.2 million viewers every week. But that's not what's happening. We're still at 1.4 to 1.5 million. So for the first time in about 7 years, the WWE rating has stayed at the same level without dropping severely for a long period of time. So what I'm trying to tell you is, although, you're laughing at the ratings, like, oh, the ratings didn't even do much. That's, it's true. The rating is still not good to me. It's still not great. In TV standards, it's good. To me, it's not good, but it's still not great. But it's the fact that the bleeding has stopped. The bleeding stopped. And that's the first positive for WWE in 7 or 8 years. It's been years since we've had any positivity from the ratings. This is the first time that we're finally seeing some kind of positivity. And although the positivity isn't that the ratings are going up, it's that the ratings aren't dropping. Like that's the positivity. The positivity is that we hit a point where the ratings are we're just staying there. So I don't call that a loss. I think it's like it's a questionable win to stop the downslide. Do you know what I'm saying? So I have to disagree with Bimbo Baggins. By the way, Bimbo Baggins has huge privates. I just got to say that. Bimbo Baggins has huge privates. So I love that donation, though, because that donation allowed me to go on some weird rant explaining vague numbers of the ratings. So thank you, Bimbo Baggins. Let me put you up here on the screen. Let me get the Bimbo up there, because that's the top donation of the stream. It rained last night. It was windy. All hell's breaking loose out here. It's been a rough week. Pulled my balls while shoveling the other day. All right, Bimbo. I've now made $7 today. Thanks to Bimbo Baggins. Thank you, Bimbo Baggins. There you go. So like the ratings, and we should probably come up with like a graph or a chart. I don't even know if that exists already. Raw ratings last 10 years. Somebody should do this. WrestleNomics or whatever should do this if they haven't. Okay. Okay, we got it right here. I guess. We don't count the Christmas episode, right? Because it was like dead. All right, so let's go with the average, right? Where's my Windows Paint graphics? The average viewership in 2023 was looks to be 1.6. 2023 was 1.6. So what can we do here? We can do this. 1 million. What can we do? We can do 5 million, 5 million, 5 mil. We can do 4 mil, 3 mil. We can do 2 mil. $1 million. There it is. And we can do we're going to go back to, if we can go back to 2013. See, I skipped school. It didn't matter that I skipped school. See this? I got you guys. Okay. Good Lord. I'm thinking it out. All right. Let me check the chat really quickly. Let me go back up to the chat and see I missed. Phone booth. Oh, that was Colonel Stutters reacting to the phone booth donation a few minutes ago. She was nervous, Joe. I know she was nervous. Hometown, debut, all that stuff. But it was hard to ignore. You know what I mean? Like, listen, if I debuted and I was that nervous and I was going like, hey, man, like, I would expect people to, it's just, you can't recover from it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're going to hear about that. I actually don't think she was roasted that much compared to what she could have been. I feel like it could have been way worse for her. The TNA belt, yes. The TNA belt redesign does look pretty good. I saw it. It looks good. I don't watch TNA, though, so I don't care. I almost tweeted out, who's this jabroni that's got it? Brock Lobster. Jesus. What up, Brock Lobster? How you been? OG. Oh, I also want to shout out, man, we had a new $25 producer today. So a big shout out to the new $25 producer, man, on Patreon. It was, who was it? I got to find it, man, because somebody went up to the new producer level. Also, I have the producers. It was Peyton. Peyton became a $25 producer. Peyton, thank you so much, man. I'm actually going to throw the producers on the screen here at the bottom. This month's $25 producers. You guys will get the producer, hopefully, the mention every show and the credit every show. Let me just go ahead and get the list really quickly while I make this line graph that we're in the middle of making here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the scroll going. There we go. But why is it not why is it like this? Why is it not in a line? Oh god. It's not supposed to be like this. It's just supposed to automatically set to a line. What the hell's going on? All right, we'll figure this out. Left to right, top to bottom. Oh, that works. Top to bottom works. There you go. So those are your $25 producers. Continuing to scroll. Thank you guys for being $25 producers on Patreon. So back to the line graph. So let's take a look. Now we're doing this on the fly, guys, obviously. So like, bear with me on, what we're doing, but looks to be about a 1.6 for 2023. So 2023 is about a 1.6. We probably should have gone the other way with this, but whatever. So 1.6 is about right here somewhere. I believe. That might be a little too high, actually. All right, that's a little bit high. And there's a 1.6. 2022, you're a little bit higher. You're looking at about the same thing. Probably maybe a 1.7. No, it's about a 1.6 as well in 2022. So we'll put it about the same place. Maybe slightly higher. 2021, we're looking at about the same. Maybe it's going to be about a 1.7. Maybe. Yeah, about a 1.7. We'll just go a little bit higher in 21. Yeah. Okay, that's about this is not dead on, but it's close, you know what I mean? 2022 average viewership is 1716. We're about it's a little bit higher. Maybe like a 1.8, 1.78 in 2020. It's a little bit higher. It's really not 2 million, so we're a little bit, but either way, we're close enough. 2019, we're looking at about a 2. Yeah, 2.2. Maybe even higher. Oh, yeah. Yeah, looking at about a 2.3 in 2019. So, yeah. Much higher. So in 2018, we're looking at a 2.5, 2.6. We're looking at about a 2.6 in 2018. Yeah, so I think we're off a little bit here on this chart, but we're really close to where we're supposed to be. I would say this is too high. This other one's too high. And this one's fine, like right there. So now we go down to 2017, and we're in the 3s and the 2.8s. So we would round this to, oh yeah, it looks like almost a 3. So we're almost at a 3, if not at a 3. We're really close. We go back to 2016, and 2016 is about a 3. Yeah, it's a 3 million at least, if not more. So we'll put it up around right here. And this all goes back to Bimbo Baggins's this all goes back to Bimbo Baggins' donation earlier. 2016, we're at about a 3.5 million. In 2015, rather, about a 3.5 million. 2014, we're almost at 4 million. And there we are in 2013. So I got the line graph for you right now. We just did it in real time. We did this shit in real time, guys. Let's take a look. Let me draw it out for you now. I'm sorry. Thanks for the patience, too, while I sit here being fucking Bob Ross. Much appreciated. All right. I'm doing this all in Windows Paint. I mean, I'm a psychopath. So, there it is. And I mean, you know, right here, we're looking at a drop of 1 million people. 2013 to 14, you're looking at a drop of about 1 million people. 2014 to 16, you're looking at a drop of 1 million people. From 2016 to 2018, you're looking at a drop of 500,000 people. From 2018 to 2020, you're looking at a drop of 1 million people. Then you're looking at a drop off of a couple 100,000. Then you're looking at a drop off into 2022 of another couple 100,000, putting us below the 2 million mark for sure, and below the 1.5 million around. But in 1 year, you had almost no drop off really in 1 year, from 2022 to 2023. So my point in all this was to show you that this is they got Cody Rhodes and they started getting more wrestlers. Roman Reigns storyline started around somewhere around here, right? The head of the table stuff started around here. Sami Zayn, all that stuff happened. This is the least drop-off we've had. You know what I mean? 3 years, and look at the drop-off. You know what I mean? It's like 1.6 million, 1.7, 1.8 million to the 1.4. 200,000 people in 2 years. And in 1 year, this past year, there really hasn't been a drop-off. So we've started to flatten here. So flatten the curve. Remember COVID? So this looks like a giant sperm. Holy shit. So at some point, is this line going to start rising now? Because you would, if you're into trends, mathematics, or some kind of a, background in stocks, maybe you would say that right now is the time to invest. I would think. Right now is the time to invest, because I would think that this is going to start going up a little bit. Maybe, right? especially around WrestleMania time and after WrestleMania. And I honestly believe that they need to do some crazy shit with CM Punk and stuff. Problem is, I don't have confidence that they will because they didn't slam it right when Punk got here. They should have gone right into all the drama, all the crazy. They should have gone just boom. They should have gone right into it. So I don't 100% have the confidence that they know how to just go right now because Triple H has that mindset of this slow burn and slow booking, which works wonderfully. And Triple H is brilliant. And WWE has always been brilliant, and they're proving right now how WWE can just win like they're doing. They're just fucking running over AEW at this point. But, so I don't know if I have the confidence that this will spike back up again, but it should, because this is the first sign that it's shown in a 2-year history that it can stop and slow the bleeding. So although they're still at the lowest ever, and like the donation said from Bimbo Baggins, that the CM Punk didn't necessarily help. I would argue that it did help a bit. And I would also say that I also said that CM Punk wouldn't increase the ratings that much because I said he didn't do that much in AEW when he showed up. I mean, he made an impact. Listen, he made an impact. That's not true. It's just my point is, though, people think it's like, oh, my God, 1 million people are coming back because Punk is back. No. In AEW, a couple 100,000 people were more interested, and they showed up. And CM Punk left, and a couple 100,000 people over time have been uninterested. And then a couple of people that liked AEW that see what is going on with the Young Bucks and everybody, and the company's a mess, and they walked away. So it hurt people that were Punk fans, but it also hurt people, that exposed what the company is to them. So CM Punk being in WWE is just more help for WWE. Just another asset to utilize in WWE. It doesn't necessarily hurt, but it's helping them slow the brakes down on the train, right? That's all I'm trying to say. But Bimbo Baggins, I don't think you're not wrong that it's like the guy hasn't saved the company. But, I do think that the ratings being what they are, they've stuck at this level. They've been at 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. They've been at that, and it's been over a year. And it's the longest they've been stuck at a rating in forever. Since like I said, since like 2013. It's been a long time here.
Shit bum.
Salute, Joe.
Yo, Mysterious Black, thank you so much for dropping the donation. Thank you so much, Mysterious Black. Get hard, baby. Mysterious Black with the $2. Thank you, sir. Let me see. I'll try to read some chat things. If you guys can't donate, I'll read your chat messages.
Shit bum.
But if you want, donate.
Sorry I cannot donate more, Joe. Money is tight, as you know.
Yeah.
Here a couple bucks for a cup of the true coffee name,
Oh.
Dunkin' Dog Nuts.
Rastafa's lame and obvious segue. Oh my God, Rastafa, thank you, ma'am. Look, I already spent the money on the dog nuts. It's right here. Rastafa's lame. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. I shouldn't even be buying coffee because I have this cheap coffee here that I make, but when I do a show, I go and I drive down the road to Dunkin' Dog Nuts and I get some. We talked about Dunkin' Dog Nuts last night on the show. So good to hear from you. Real quickly, Rastafa's lame-ass segue, thank you. Mysterious Black, thank you, man, for that super chat. And yeah, please hit the like button, guys. If you can do anything, hit the like button. That'd be the big thing. And shout out to these $25 producers and to the new producer, Peyton. Thank you, Peyton, for becoming a producer. We will shout you out every episode we can. We'll have a new graphic up for the $25 producers. If you are somebody out there who wants to be a producer and get your name on the show down below, and then, of course, get the producer credit, jump on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show and sign up under the $25 producer credit tier. You'll get all the access to Discord, all the insignias on Discord. You'll get thousands of episodes behind the scenes and all that shit, all unlocked on Patreon. Download hundreds of songs, thousands of podcasts, and all the hidden stuff on Patreon. It's like a shopping spree for psychos on Patreon. And you can download it on your phone, download things on your app, fucking tablet, people streaming on TV, whatever. It's all on Patreon. So thank you, $25 producer. Midday shows are sexy. Kurtman, what's up, Kurtman? King Hueco. Colonel Stutters, how you doing? With Colonel Stutters is a member, and you can become a member or super chat below if you want. If you guys can't super chat below or become a member, I'm an idiot. I didn't even put the donation link up. I'm sorry. I was just thinking about coming on here to rant on some things, and I forgot to put the dono link. There's the dono link if you want to support the show. I'm sorry, bro. Let me put it up there. Let's go back. Let's see. Let's go back. I'm the president. I'll always be the president. I'm sorry. I wish I could do Trump like that other guy. Brock Lobster, love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Steve Langenheim, 8-woman tag on AEW tonight. Yeah, so like I would say that if Mercedes Moné does not debut tonight, then I would go 100. If you're betting, I would go 100% that she's going to be in the Royal Rumble if she does not debut tonight, because this is the only night. This is the night to debut Mercedes Moné 100%. If you're AEW and you got her, it's got to be tonight. You've got to do something now. Unless you're trying to be spiteful and make fans upset at the Royal Rumble and she doesn't show up there, and then debut her after the Rumble on your own show to be a prick. Wow, that'd be a prick move. So maybe. But I'm still picking her for the Rumble. Still going with her in the Royal Rumble, but if you were going to debut her in AEW, it would be tonight. Unless you're spiteful and you're trying to like fuck with WWE or something. Mysterious Black, thank you. Luke Rojas, the monetize this champion, has graced us in the chat as well. Joe Bishop's, what did Joe Bishop say? Luke just threw a Wawa chicken quesadilla at an elderly black woman. Jesus. What the hell? Well, that's racist. Well, he's Hispanic though. They have their own things. They're in a beef with each other. Cord cutting is a thin cop-out for the fact that wrestling in general isn't as popular. Yeah, exactly. You listen, the cord cutting, the cable going down, people don't watch the cable as much and all that stuff. That's fine, but other shows go up in ratings. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, other shows go up in ratings, even with all the cord cutting and the cable cutting and all this stuff. There are shows out there with 500,000 viewers that go up to 1.5 million. There are shows out there with 1 million viewers that go up to 1.5 million. There are shows out there with 2 million viewers that go up to 5 million viewers. There are shows out there that go up in the ratings. It happens all the time. 30%, I think, 30% of the TV shows on the cable have an increase in ratings. You know what I mean? Most shows don't. They lose ratings, but many shows have increases in ratings, and WWE almost never does. So they always have a negative in ratings over a month's period or something like that. But recently, like I said, we've seen the ratings finally slow down and stay flatlined in a straight line. So it's a little bit different. Joe is the substitute teacher that gives us homework. I'm like the substitute teacher that shouldn't be a teacher. That's what it is. Thank you, Joe Bishop. Killer of Demons is here. Sasha will appear on Raw February 26th in San Jose to help Bayley in their hometown against Damage Control. 2 days after, yeah, maybe. And yeah, Naomi will probably be in the Rumble. Hardcore Naomi in the Rumble. We want to be entertained. Real recognizes real. I hate to see Mercedes Moné lash out at Khan. Imagine him crying in public. That would be embarrassing. Yeah, imagine what Mercedes would do to Tony Khan in public. MCR fan, do you still have multiple jobs? Yeah. If you know what, you'll know I don't if I'm on here every day in the morning. If I was on here in the day, then you know I was good. I do miss when I did this full time for 5 years, though. That was fun. What a fun time. Vince says he saved the company from sliding, like you're saying. Vince, he saved the company from sliding. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a correlate. I think it's a combination. I think Roman Reigns' story, Cody Rhodes showing up, CM Punk showing up. You know, you got Randy Orton's back. You know, there's all these things going on that have generated enough interest to keep it sort of like sliding. But, Raw still has problems. It's still boring. It still is boring because there's still 40% of you guys still are like, I hated Raw and it was boring. So 40% of you are still saying it's boring and I don't like it still. 20% of you are saying, that you didn't really enjoy it. It was blah. And then there's 30 to 40% of you guys who are like, Raw was good. And then there's some of those people say it was really good, but most of the people are still kind of like, I tuned in because, Cody's there, or I wanted to see what CM Punk was going to do, and, I'm still waiting. And it's just sort of like one of these things where it's like you watched, but you didn't feel 100% fulfilled, really. Do you know what I mean? New York Jets fanboy, you going to Philadelphia? I don't think so. WrestleMania in Philadelphia, no. I don't own a bulletproof vest, so I'm going to have to say probably no. First of all, I just wouldn't spend the money because I probably don't have it. Can you put me in the full Nelson? Yeah, I will. MCR. MCR fan? What's that? Is that My Chemical Romance or My Cancer Returned? I don't know. But New York Jets fanboy. And thank you to the Jets for beating the Patriots so we could get a better draft pick, please. Thank you. Because I was really worried we were going to win that game. But you also kind of wanted to win because you hate watching the Jets win, right? But the Jets are going to be pretty good next year if Aaron Rodgers is back and they get some better coaching maybe and a quarterback is back, get a new backup. They could be because their defense is pretty good. Patriots defense is good too though in some ways, but they lost a lot of people. They need Matthew Judon back big time. So yeah, I think next year the Patriots will be a little bit better because I can't imagine their quarterback situation being even more terrible than the last 2 years. The Jets will probably have Aaron Rodgers, so that's a step up. And then their defense should be good. So I think the Patriots defense will be more of a finesse defense, and the Jets will have that very gritty defense. The Jets obviously seemingly have a good running game going too, so it's like, oh man, Jets and Patriots, but really the Jets for sure right now should be better next year. And they really just got screwed by that quarterback thing. They went, if the Jets defense was like at a 7 or 8 out of 10, and then their quarterback was like, I would say Aaron Rodgers at this point in his career is a 7 out of 10, and they went down to a 4 out of 10 with their backups, right? So the Jets went from a 8 on defense and a 7 on offense to an 8 on defense and a 4 on offense. So it's just like, it's not even. So we'll see what happens to you guys next year. And same thing with the Patriots. I think the Patriots had a 7 or 8 out of 10, probably 7 or 8 out of 10 defense, and their quarterbacking went down about as bad as the Jets. So maybe not quite as bad, but I don't know, man. It's about the same thing. So they went down to a 4 or something on offense. And then it comes down to, well, who are the coaches? And Bill Belichick is not making a big difference compared to other coaches on terrible teams. So, yeah, it's about the same thing. So next year we'll see what a Jets and Patriots team can do if they were able to. But we don't know about the Patriots. We don't know about the Patriots quarterback. That's the thing. The Jets know. So the Jets should have been a 7 offense this year and an 8 defense. The Patriots should have been, maybe could have been that same thing, but they weren't. Well, Aaron Rodgers is coming back for the Jets, so they could be a 7 out of 10 again next year with Aaron Rodgers. But what are the Patriots? You don't know, because we don't know who the quarterback is, and what we saw out of the quarterbacks this year is not very good. So I would say that probably is worse. So right now the Jets seem to be in a better place. Crazy enough. If I had to put the money on it. Now, that doesn't mean the Patriots could find a quarterback that's great and things could change and they could be amazing or way better. Or like an 8 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10 and match the Jets. But you don't know right now, so you have to throw a big question mark on that. Anyway, there's my football thing. Here comes a dono from Joe.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Good to see you on in the afternoon. Hopefully we can get you enough donos to make it worth doing more.
Well, I was on last week. Joe, thank you for the $9. I was on last week, and we had a good stream last Wednesday. I'm going to be on every Wednesday. So if you don't know that, every Wednesday right here. Usually between about 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. I came on a little bit later than I wanted to today. I normally come on around 11 or 12 on Wednesday Eastern time. So, no, every Wednesday I plan to be here. Could I not be here one Wednesday? Yes, I might be doing some, but usually Wednesdays I plan to be here. So, is that Joe? Joe, thank you, man. You took over Bimbo Baggins' spot. Shout out to Bimbo Baggins. I don't think I've made a lot of money here today, and it's not been really great, but that's fine. You know, I was going to come on here and put the hour in regardless, you know what I mean? But we had a great show last night, so that's great. You don't know what you're going to do. You come on, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to make $5, $500. You don't know what's going to happen, but you come on, and if you come on only just to make money, that's not going to be very good. You know what I mean? If you come on only to make, like, you're not going to be good on YouTube, and you're not going to have a good channel. It's just not going to be good. So you have to come on here calculated to do a show. Like, I've been on here most Wednesdays I'm live in the daytime. Last week we did great. We did wonderful. But if you just stream to, like, I'm just going to stream, try to make a couple bucks, and, like, well, yeah, I mean, you do that, but if you don't really have a goal to come on, like I've said, I've been ranting since I started the show. I haven't shut up, but if I was sitting here like, oh, I don't know, is anybody out there? Like, maybe at the end of the show that happens, like, you go, oh, is anybody going to say anything? But, like, yeah, if you come on here just to do that, first of all, like, that's just not going to work for you. So, yeah, I don't know. My show, it's been good. Yeah, last Wednesday we did good. Last night, D. Welsh, the Ghost from the Coast, several other people, man, we had really good support. I really appreciate it. And bring the Jinder Mahal donation back. Jinder Mahal, I got the needle in my balls. I'll bring it back if you donate it. How about that? Because I've had so many people tell me to bring back this donation, that donation, this donation, and when I bring it back, no one donates it. So, like, I'll tell you what, you donate it and I'll bring it back. You drop $50, I'll bring it back. I don't trust that anybody's going to donate it. You know what I mean? I know this guy got timed out in the chat. He's obviously a troll, and we're obviously giving a troll attention, but I just like to, you got to be better. You got to, like, it's just like, you got to be better than this. Your show is failing because you don't try anymore. You need to go live after Collision. Okay, I certainly try, right? And the show's not failing, by the way. Because we didn't get as many donations as we used to for the last few years, I had to go get several other jobs, and I work, like, a lot. So I can't be on here all the time. I can't be on here for every Collision and every whatever else, the other thing. So, yeah, I don't do. And Collision AEW doesn't do well. I go live every Saturday night, though, during Collision. So if you're not watching Monetize This, I don't know what to tell you. Also, we've been doing Monetize This for 10 years. 10 years of Monetize This. Collision's only been around for a year or two. So my show's failing because I don't do Collision anymore. You're retarded. See, like, you really prove that you're retarded. Or you're Tony Khan. I don't know. You might be Tony Khan under a burner account. Yes, I'm not going to cover Collision, a piece of shit show that nobody watches. No. Instead, I'm going to go live for Monetize This. I'm going to go live for Monetize This, my show, where we make like $200 to like $1,000. rather than talk wrestling about a show that 300,000 people are watching, right? So, like, right, you're retarded. Also, if you look at my show's numbers, it's not failing, it's growing, actually. So if you go back 150 days, you can see the trends on my views. So in December or late November and before, all year of 2023, you can see the viewership. You know, we had about 100,000 views a month. Now we're back up to 300,000 views a month if you look at the viewership to the right. So my show's actually doing better. We're doing better. We're starting to do what WWE needs to do and start trending the other way. So there's not a slope downhill. There was, and then it flatlined over here. It flatlined here at kind of like some shittiness. And then I kicked up my efforts, actually, is what happened. And that's that. Look, I got fed back. I got feedback. I got fed back efforts. Results. So that statement's just wrong. But I appreciate you trying to troll. It's like, I like the trolling because I like showing people that they're wrong. It's funny. Like, if there was some truth, like, maybe I would acknowledge that too. You need to go live after Collision on Saturdays. Why aren't you reviewing Collision or Rampage? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm going to pass out. Why aren't you reviewing Collision or Rampage? Oh my God, bro, I'm going to pass out. Oh my God. I reviewed Collision once. I reviewed Collision a couple times. I'm pretty sure that, like, I had the lowest viewership ever. And I think we made $8, like, multiple times. Then I reviewed Rampage a couple of times. And for Rampage, I had record-breaking low numbers. And I think we made $8. That's funny. That was awesome. So I know that that's a joke. Like, I know he's joking probably, but like it's still funny just to take a look at it. Oh God, it's funny. A couple of years ago, what was it about? Do you guys remember when I was beating TNA in the ratings? That was really funny. That was the funniest thing ever. I remember TNA was getting about 200,000 views or something an episode. So it was like 2, 4, 6, 8. It was like 800,000 views. So I was like, TNA, if you added TNA Wrestling's YouTube channel with TNA Wrestling's viewership, they were getting about 1.5 million views a month. And I was getting about 5 million views a month. And I would go on Twitter and for like a year, I would post like sometimes, oh, we're still beating TNA Wrestling in the ratings. Like, this is like really funny to me. That was the year they said no to me on commentary. That was the year that the guy said it would be a cold day in hell before they would take me on commentary at TNA. And then the guy blocked me. Josh Matthews blocked me on Twitter. And I said, okay. And I said, well, I'm beating you in the ratings. And that led me to sending them pictures of my stats versus theirs weekly. I enjoyed that. So I do miss those times. That was fun. Like, for like a year or two, we're beating TNA. I mean, now TNA Wrestling is dead. They get like, what do they get now? 90,000 views, 100,000 views? We're almost beating them now. What's the rating now? It's probably beating them now. I don't remember, but I remember Josh Matthews blocking me. I remember that. They were looking for a fucking commentator guy. Josh Matthews actually tweeted it out. And I said, I'll come down there for nothing and I'll sweep the floors and I'll do a practice run. Love to do it. Love you guys. And then Josh Matthews was like, go fuck yourself. I was like, what? I don't even know you. I didn't even know Josh Matthews, so I was like, what? Why is Josh Matthews telling me to fuck myself? I didn't say anything bad. I said, I'll come down, sweep the floors, and I'll try out like everybody else. When's the tryouts? And he was one of the guys in charge of it, I guess. And he was like, it'd be a cold day in hell or something. I was like, what? Why? What do you mean? What the fuck did I do? I've been covering TNA for like the last year. What are you talking about? Blocked me. I don't even know. We still to this day don't know what the fuck happened. And, I was counting every week for them. Every week you add it up. Crazy. Caracas Sundays. Our buddy Rojas with the Caracas. Last few minutes here. If you want to donate, use the Streamlabs link pinned to the top of the stream to donate to the stream, or super chat or become a member down below, or just click the like button. Shout out to all the $25 producers popping up here down below. These are people that went on Patreon and they moved their pledge to the $25 spot to become producers. Of course, Sith Negan is at $100 a month, and the Ghost from the Coast as well. These guys are at big numbers, and they're producers.
Super chat party.
Do you think this year's Mania will top 17? This is the only Mania I've been exited for since Brian 30.
I don't know. Over the last few years, I keep hearing people saying this is going to be a crazy WrestleMania and whatever. I don't know, man. It could be a good WrestleMania. It definitely should be a good WrestleMania based on the amount of talent. But, I had a blast during some of the other WrestleManias. Like, I kind of had a blast during the other one a couple of years ago when Stone Cold came back. I had so much fun with that Stone Cold Owens thing. It's hard to really remember 100%, but nothing is memorable to me anymore. Like I think the last WrestleMania that's really memorable that I can remember everything. It's like I remember WrestleMania 30. I remember the Seth Rollins one, WrestleMania 31, where he cashed in. And I remember the Roman Reigns Triple H one a little bit because that was the one my sign was at. But I don't... Like, if I had to pick a WrestleMania over the last 30 to 39, I'd probably watch 30. And I liked the Stone Cold Owens thing, and I know that, like, Rhea and Charlotte, there was some women's matches that were good. Owens and Seth Rollins had a good match at a Mania. That might have been the one where there was nobody there. Undertaker and AJ Styles' movie match was kind of memorable in a way. But it's a blur, a lot of it. 32 and up is a blur to me kind of still. Except for like Stone Cold and Owens. I remember the Stone Cold and Owens match better than anything that happened last year. I got to go back and watch last year's WrestleMania again because I don't remember. I just don't remember. I have to go back and watch last year's Mania. And then, maybe it could. Because if it becomes a Mania that, wow, I'll never forget this Mania. Shane jumping off the top of Hell in a Cell, I remember that too. That's burned into my head, I guess. But it's really hard for me to search. Drew McIntyre won in front of nobody. I remember that. It was weird. I remember when the fans returned the next year and it was like raining out and Samoa Joe was on commentary or something. Like, it's really, I just have not revisited these WrestleManias. So what is going to happen? I hope this year becomes a Mania that I'm like, damn, I'll never forget this Mania. But it becomes even harder when you split it up into two nights. You split it up into 2 nights, I start misremembering WrestleMania stuff. So I need to go back and watch last year's WrestleMania because I think people said the same thing about last year's WrestleMania. In fact, if I now I'm starting to remember a little bit. Cody Rhodes and Roman was really pretty good, if I remember. But it was like a typical Roman match that we had already seen a bunch of times, kind of. But it was really good, and it was at WrestleMania, so it's memorable. So I think if I remember, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns were really good. But we just weren't happy with the end. So, but that was good. So we'd have to, I don't know, have to go back and I'll have to think about it. And I think what's going on too is that Manias are becoming good in like a, do you know what I mean? Like it's like Mania was bad for a while. You know what I mean? And WrestleMania recently has kind of been like really solid, nothing crazy. Like so if WrestleMania 17 was like a 9 out of 10, and WrestleMania 8 was like a 9 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10. And WrestleMania, 14 was like a 7 out of 10. I feel like recently a lot of the WrestleManias have been like a 7 out of 10. Like a 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Like good. It's been really pretty good. So nothing that's like jumped off the page to me, but stuff that's been what a good WrestleMania. But there's a lot of them. There's like 20 good WrestleManias. Then there's like 10 that like weren't so good. Then there's like, 5 to 10 that are like above average. You know what I mean? And so I think what we're all looking for is a top 10 WrestleMania. That would be cool. To be able to say WrestleMania 40 was one of the 10 best WrestleManias of all time. And I'm not talking about a new WWE list where they're going to do that anyway. I mean the real consensus. Like the actual consensus is, damn, this was a top 5 or 10 WrestleMania. Because me and Justin Bailey did Remembering WrestleMania and did like, remembering the 30 WrestleManias and talked about them. And I'd have to make a list on my favorite WrestleManias, but for me, it's a lot of it's a lot of nostalgia. I think the first 20 WrestleManias are just so. Even 22, I think, and then 23. I mean, but it's hard. We'll have to rank them at some point. I'll think about it. Anyway, I got to run unless somebody's got something to say.
Superchat.
Let's go to Randy Viper's donation.
Good morning, Joe. I got the morning wood.
Good. I'm glad you did. Hope it shoots up stiffy wise. Thank you, Randy Viper. You already up? It's crazy. Thanks to Bimbo Baggins for $7 earlier. Mysterious Black, Mustafa's Lame, Obvious Segue, and Joe, $9. AJ Watson and Randy Viper for the donos. Thank you, guys.
Super chat party.
Joe, please review TNA Hard to Kill on Saturday. It's TNA's return. I know you hate TNA, but please consider it. For once at least.
Oh, man. That would seriously hinder my Saturday night show of Monetize This. Prayesh Muhamdar. But, like, I could review it on, like, Patreon, I guess, maybe. If you're a patron, I could put it on Patreon. I don't know, the $5 spot or something. Maybe then it would be, I'd watch it later and then review it, but my time is unbelievably precious at this point. I'm not, only because it's for my family, my time is really precious. And I just don't know how that, it's never worked out well. Sorry, I had to talk to Leah for a second. I was just trying to see if Leah wanted to say anything to the people, but she's got to pick those kids up from school. Yeah, she's gonna pick those kids up from school. Pick those kids up from school. It's a song. Okay. Let's play the clip real quickly again because it's just gold from Rojas.
You fucking had a match with Cuckoo Kakaka. You fucking idiot.
Luke.
I hate coming.
Me one match that clickbait words basically, so they can, they can basically suck off AEW. They just want to seem different. They just want to seem like, well, my favorite match is definitely not Stone Cold versus Bret Hart. That would make me a stupid loser. My favorite match is Taitsunato and Ibushi. Like, nobody fucking cares.
Wow.
Oh, what, the 47 fucking German reverse counters that they did, that they do in every match, that for some reason all these matches that keep getting called greatest match, like fucking 6-star matches.
Oh, you didn't see the match between Isushi Abu last night and Tanaito Sakairis?
This guy really, can we really, Road Dogg really thinks he's better than Kataklo Kling? Are you serious right now?
For every Japanese person that's listening to this right now, I apologize.
Tell me one match that Road Dogg's had that compares anything to what Osprey and Nuzalo had, because I don't think you can. And then you watch these matches and you're like, it was good. That's pretty good.
Dude, let me tell you something. When he Yatsuki Breaker, like, that was the best combination I've ever seen.
When he hit him with the Kakashi Death Point, and then the guy no-sold it in 2 seconds and got back up, and then hit him with 3 more, and then kicked out at 2, and then they had 15 to 20 more minutes of action in the match after what felt like 3 or 4 climaxes. Man, greatest match ever.
Yeah,
every match that these fucking smarks seem to suck off and jerk off because Meltzer tells them to, or because Meltzer rates them highly, and it's what these circle jerk fucking smark fans put at the top 10s of all their lists for the end of the year. But they all fucking do. They'll ignore Cody versus Roman, say that match sucked because of the ending, but then they'll fucking suck off these 15 fucking stinkers that nobody gives a shit about because they're all the same, they're all tired, nobody sells, and then we all have to pretend that they're fucking brilliant matches, and if you don't say that, then you look like an idiot. Oh, well, Road Dogg's a fucking piece of shit. What does Road Dogg ever know? He just books fucking wrestling and also was in DX, one of the greatest fucking factions ever, and used to fucking be on television in front of millions. What does Road Dogg know? He never fucking had a match with Cuckoo Kakaka. You fucking idiot.
Luke.
I hate coming.
Holy God, Luke. Give me a second.
Oh my God, man.
Yo, Luke, first of all, and again, I'm not disagreeing with what you just said.
That one clip of Luke from the other day, crushing me. Prayesh Muhamdar, thank you for the super chat. Mr. Prayesh Muhamdar. Prayesh is, by the way, Prayesh, bro, you got some tunes on your Instagram, bro. You are crushing it. Like, I'm sorry, bro. Some of those songs, man, I'm like, yo, this is good. There were some fucking fire songs on there. Shout out to you. That shit's kind of fire, bro. Let's see. Dude, the mailman brought me something earlier today. I hope it's a dildo. Yeah, Rojas's rant the other day got me, man. That was really funny. I sent it to Road Dogg. I think everybody should send it to Road Dogg. Just to show him, we got your back. Road Dogg. We got your back. Where's my Sasha clip?
So it's
Is this it? Why is this so low?
Where have we heard this before? Oh wait,
I just find Tony. Why is that so low?
It's now been confirmed that WWE had a meeting with Sasha Banks.
Is this low to other people too?
The meeting fell apart. Where have we heard this before? Oh wait, we've heard this when CM Punk had a.
Why is that so low? I'm sorry, but the volume on that is. It's only that. Why is it? What the frig? I don't know why the volume is so low on that. I wanted to play it for you, but I don't know. The volume is really low. I'm not sure what that's about. But that's about it. We'll have more on patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show later. I don't know if I'll be live for Dynamite tonight, so that's really going to piss off that guy in the chat earlier who was like, you need to review Collision and Rampage. Well, wait till he finds out that I might not review Dynamite tonight. But you know what I mean? Like, he's going to be pulling his hair out and blasting himself in the head. Well, I got to tell you, bro, there's just not a lot of money in it. You know? I'm just going to be honest. And I don't have enough time. But yeah, that guy's going to blow his brains out when he finds out. All right, sign the NDA, guys. I will see you. I might see you tonight. There's a poll for you guys up right now.
I pissed off Punk. I pissed off Cody Rhodes. I burned so many bridges no one knows. I banned Hogan, but I brought in Sabu. No one knows what the fuck I'm doing, especially me or you. But hey, by the way, could you sign this NDA? Sign it, please, for me. Sign this NDA. Hey, by the way, could you sign this NDA? Sign it, please, for me. Sign this NDA. Hey, by the way, could you sign this NDA? Sign it, please, for me, so nobody sues me. And hey, by the way, could you sign this NDA? Sign it, please, for me. Sign this NDA. One more verse. I overpaid for talent. Someone gets hurt every day. But AEW is the safest place. We sold out Wembley, but we got too many belts. Too many shows, which one are we on? I can never tell. When I yell, I sound like a girl. It's okay to stay closet gay, 'cause come over here, daddy ass and scissor me. And hey, by the way, could you sign this NDA? Sign it, please, with me. Sign this NDA. Hey, by the way, could you sign this NDA? Sign it, please, for me. Sign this NDA.